All right, ladies, I'm back. This stupid intro. uh, I swear there's a reason for this intro. I've been wanting to say it for a while and just never quite had the. Hold on, let me get the. Let's see. Analytics. Let's see. I hope people can hear me. It has been so long. I am so out of like all of the loop. Let's see. Audience. I have not done this. I'll check how long I haven't done this for in just a second. I could just check when the last time I uploaded the video was. Hold on. Let's see. Audience. Lifetime. So it turns out that my audience is completely women. Do I trust these stats at all? No, I think these stats are 100% fake. But they are the funniest stats that I have ever seen. So if we just hold on. Let's just get that. And then snip and scat, yeah. Okay, nothing will dox me there. Hold on, let me retake this. It has been so long. It has been so long. Okay, so here's the stats. They are so freaking funny. So over the lifetime of my channel, I only have women. And I only have women between like 18 and 24. Only women. Do I trust these stats? No, women don't exist. They're figments of our imagination, and they especially don't exist on the internet. There's no way that my stats are just 100% women. Especially because the stats are completely skewed, because if I choose any other time frame, there are no stats for it. So if I go like the last 90 days, not enough demographic to support this data. So somehow it has enough over the lifetime of the channel, but not enough for that specific point. Anyway, it has been far too long. It has been far, far too long. How long, in fact? 62 days. It has been... That's a lot of days. Hold on. I got something stuck in my throat, so... Anyway, 62 days. It has been 2 months. 2 months. Now, what have I been doing in those 2 months? Many things. Many things. One of those things being that I... There we go. That's the button. That I've been doing some little doodles and whatnot. Where is my... There it is. So I've been doing some doodling, some other stuff, all the things. We'll get into stories later as we do. I've been thinking about, I got a lot of Technoblade videos in my YouTube feed as I was gone. I actually haven't watched a lot of YouTube, which is pretty cool. I've watched the most YouTube that I have today, actually, in procrastination to actually getting this done. For reference, it is 3:30 a.m. or something like that. It is so early, and I woke up so early today, and I'm so freaking tired. So I am absolutely wasted. But I was procrastinating it because I really just didn't. I just didn't feel ready for it. And then I remembered my first video and realized anything I do right now is going to be better than that first video. So I then just sent it, and now here we are. So welcome to the video. There is no prep for this video. I plan on doing some more prep for the videos later. I might get a PC upgrade at some point. Currently, I'm just working off of a laptop. This thing has been a beast. It has been through several different countries. It is survived several years with me, and it is absolutely falling apart. So it is a wonder that I can do anything on it in the first place. It is incredible. That in my throat again. Anyway, yeah. So I've been off in, the realm of figuring out schedules and the like and whatnot, and that has been a journey that has definitely been a period of time in my life that I'm never getting back. But that aside, I was doing Technoblade stuff. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. So I was watching a bunch of Technoblade videos recently, and I was wondering if I could break down what makes Technoblade such a fun YouTuber to watch. If anybody doesn't know who Technoblade is, he is a Minecraft YouTuber who passed away. I believe it was 2021. Not entirely sure. I don't keep track of dates. But it is very sad that he has passed. He's sorry. He was one of my he still probably is one of my top YouTubers ever, and he just has immaculate content. So his content still holds up over the years if you want to look at him. Hold on. Technoblade. Subscribe to Technoblade. Anyway, just a shout out to him. He's passed, which is very sad, but his content holds up, and it makes me smile every so often. So if you want to, go check him out if you enjoy any kind of Minecraft or just fun storytelling. That is absolutely your guy. And here I am channeling viewers, any potential viewers, away from my thing and to anybody else. This is YouTuber 101, everybody. YouTuber 101. Don't care about your stats. Try to pump up everybody else's stats, especially the dead ones, because they can't shout you out afterwards. So, jeez. Anyway, it has been just so long, and I just haven't really gotten up any of the panache that I need to sit down and actually make any videos, especially because I really don't want to upload anything. I was going through, I was looking at, I'm back to the story, back on track. The brain cell is tired today. We got one of them, and it doesn't like to share space with my mouth. So one of them takes the road, and the other just kind of wanders. Now, Technoblade stuff. Yes, so I was trying to figure out what makes Technoblade such a... I'm just going to leave this here. This here is just going to stay. Anyway, it is just a... I was wondering what makes him such a wonderful YouTuber to watch, because it is always enjoyable watching his content. He's got several years of content on YouTube, and the older content is less good. It's still fun to watch every so often, but you can absolutely see him mature throughout, and then at some point something clicks for storytelling for him, and I think that's when he really starts taking it super seriously. Because he quit college for that, to be able to do the stuff. And so, hold on, I'm getting lost again. So he quit college, became a full-time YouTuber, and then went through and started, he's just incredible content, ridiculously incredible content. So, I really enjoy it. And because I really enjoy it, I wanted to see if I could figure out what makes his content so good. So I went out and I started looking at his content, because I got suggested a lot of it, and I was watching YouTube anyway, so I figured why not watch what you like. And so I was going through it, and I think I'm close to an idea on what makes him so fun to watch, which is interesting. Because one of those things is definitely not something that I'm going to do anytime soon, which is editing. What the heck? Music is glitching. How dare it? Anyway, I'm definitely not going to do any editing in the near future, because I definitely don't have the time for that. And I definitely don't have any kind of justification count to be able to just say, yeah, it's worth it. You should edit things. No, it is not. at least not right now. Now, will it ever be with that kind of attitude? Probably not. Am I okay with that? For now, yeah, absolutely. But, oh man, it's good to be back. It has just been so long. It's ridiculously long. And I've definitely lost some capacity to be able to talk to myself for a ridiculous amount of time. Anyway, today, what really kind of spurred me on is that I was just really pushing it off for a while, and then I just kind of decided that today was going to be the day that I started doing things that I was pushing off. So I ended up like buying some things that I needed to buy a while back and just, didn't, because I didn't want to sit down and spend the money and figure out exactly which piece I needed to buy for the thing and whatnot. But I ended up hanging out with one of my cousins, right? So two of my cousins. Now one of them is like 12, and she is just adorable. She is hilarious, and we're all hanging out, whatnot. She gets bored, as low attention span kids do, and then just like comes up to me. She leaves the room and then comes up to me like, I don't know, like a minute later, and she's like, "Hey, can I shave your leg?" And I'm like, "What?" Straight out of the blue, cold calling, "Can I just shave your leg?" I just sat there. I didn't know how to respond to this setup. I've never had someone ask to shave my leg before. I've never had someone ask me to shave their leg before. Why am I phrasing it that way? Yeah, there's not a lot of leg shaving going on in my life, believe it or not. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this small child has just come up to me with like the widest eyes and like the most hope you've ever seen in a small child's eyes. Can I do this thing? And it's like, all right, sure, I don't care. So she ends up just doing like one strip across my leg. So she shaves off like one strip the width of the razor blade. and it just looks absolutely terrible. It just looks terrible. It is so freaking funny. But I'd been putting off buying a razor blade, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do it because, it's a different type of razor blade than what I'm used to, and that it's extra work. I have to figure out how to use it, XYZ. And now that I have this like ugly bald patch on my leg, I'm like, all right, cool. Well, if I'm gonna, be dealing with this ugly bald patch anyway, I might as well just shave the whole leg. And if I'm just gonna shave the whole leg, I might as well just like learn how to use this new razor blade that I've been putting off. So, it helped in some ways, and also was just hilarious. But that was how I just have this ridiculously ugly patch. It feels so weird. Because I'm like really used to like air flowing across my leg and it all just feeling like uniform, And then there's this one spot that's just like, you feel nothing here because there's no hair that is reacting to the wind. And I'm like, what is this feeling? This is weird. Is this just what women feel like across their whole legs? Why? But yeah, anyway, that was I suppose, well, women don't exist, so it doesn't matter. Fair enough. Okay, cool. Anyway, wrapped all the way back around. There we go. I remember that one of my viewers, I got like 2 viewers. It's great. Just the 2. We all share content together. And by we, I mean the 2 viewers, watch my content and I upload it and then forget about it for a day and then remember that I have to upload and then do it again. And then sometimes I get comments and, that's great. And then, interaction happens, engagement, the YouTube algorithm gets pleased, never-ending stream continues towards the algorithm. That aside, there's a... What the heck was I going to talk about? I had an idea of what I was going to talk about, and then I got totally sidetracked by the fact that I have viewers. We'll see if I still have viewers. They might have left. They totally could have left, and that's okay. You know, it's like, okay, cool. Well, I left for 2 months, so fair enough. Oh yeah, okay. So my upload schedule that I'm planning on doing is going to be different from what it used to be, because I used to do 1 upload every day. I don't currently have the time for that, which is unfortunate, but I do have the time for sporadic uploads. So the uploads are going to be a bit more sporadic, and I have been working on the free run drawing. So there's this drawing that I've been working on throughout like the lifetime of the channel pretty much, which it was like it's not quite the lifetime of the channel, but it's like half the age of the channel. So, you know, in like 50 days or something. I've just been slowly doing bits and pieces to it. It's not the greatest, but I enjoy it. So, but I've just been doing these still lives recently, because they've been like short enough for me to do stuff with them, and also you know, long enough and whatnot that I actually get use out of them. I used to do still lives with my old pieces of art. So I'm really familiar with still life setups. Wow, I really just got something in my throat. It's terrible. I used to do still lives back in high school. So high school? Middle school? Sometime, I don't know names, like 8th grade or something. I don't know. I didn't care to keep track of it. That was what the teacher's job was for. Wow, I have a lot of attitude when I am tired. This is crazy. But yeah, so I used to do still lives, and that was one of the thing that got me into art was what's the word for it? Sketching. Yes, sketching. I was a very sketchy guy back then. I'm sticking with it. So I used to sketch a ridiculous amount, and tracing was my jam. So I would take like a you know, model of a guy, and then I would trace it. I would trace it out, and then I would dress him up in, like, you know, clothes over the thing and whatnot. And then look at that. It's turned out decently nice. But I'd like, you know, oh, there we go. You know, dress him up a little bit, all the stuff. I had a trace pad, and then I would draw over the stuff that I traced. Yeah. Anyway, that's how I got into drawing. Now, at some point I learned how to do still lives, and that was sometime in school. So I was actually like somewhat professionally trained in a few different types of drawing styles. I don't do a lot of them these days. I used to do a bunch of still lives still back then when I was using, you know, pen and paper. I do a lot more electronic stuff. It's less resource intensive and less messy. So, but I do love the feeling of a good piece of paper and a pencil. Let's see. I just ran out and haven't gotten more, as you know, I do. And because I have this, it makes it way nicer to do like videos and whatnot. Because one of the problems was, because I was doing a lot of that at the start of the thing, one of the problems I was facing is just like pure time. From just a pure time perspective, it was you just run into a lot of different problems because I would have to like spend time drawing and then spend time doing a voiceover and then mix the two, and it would double the time length of all of my videos for how much time I had to put in. So nowadays I just tend to do the the digital arts, even though I'm way more of a fan of the physical mediums. So I actually prefer physical mediums over electronic art, even though, and I'm talking from a drawing perspective, not necessarily an art perspective. I've seen a lot of incredible digital art. I'm just more of a physical kind of guy, and that might just be because my drawing tablet isn't like the nicest, but you know, to each their own. They're fun to go either way, but generally speaking, it's if I had to choose, I would go with physical mediums. It's what I was taught with. It's what I've done my whole life. I enjoy it, you know. But on the other hand, convenience-wise, time-wise, it's just way easier to track all this. Well, why don't you just, you know, you get a camera above your thing and, you know, match it with your hands and whatnot, and then just record from your phone or something like that. Well, I like anonymity, if you hadn't been able to tell from the fact that I'm not, you know, like cameraed and everything already. But yeah, so I've been figuring out this still life thing, and this has just been very, very relaxing. It's been very nice. It's gotten me way more used to like what to do in these kinds of situations with the what's it called? The drawing. Yes, yeah. I didn't blank on simple words. I don't know what you're talking about. It's gotten way nicer. Sorry. Way nicer to get used to all the drawing stuff and whatnot. So that's been great. So it's been very useful for that with these still lives, because it's just kind of like starting my art over again from where I used to do. So that's been real interesting. And yeah, it's been great. I don't have much else to talk about, so I'll probably end it here, but it has been wonderful getting back into this. It has been so nice. I was not expecting like this interesting weight off my shoulders. Just sitting down here talking to myself. Future people watching this, whatnot. Hello, future people. But yeah, we'll see how often I can get back to this. But this is the thing. Remember to subscribe to Technoblade. Very important. And yeah, I'm back. It's been 2 months. Yeah. Oh wait, I have an outro, don't I? What was the outro? What was it again? Something, yeah. So, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. Alright. Peace.